she escaped Florida's vampire rapist and lived to expose his hidden horrors. What in the actual fuck is a vampire rapist? That's actually crazy. What a fucking title. Nothing draws me in more than a title like this, where I could be like, well, what the fuck? Now I have to open your article. Well played. Well played, Christina Coulter. Not to get confused with the Coulter in the His Dark Material series books. Or maybe she should be, because she's writing about vampire rapists. Laura Murphy was found crawling naked and handcuffed along a Florida roadside in November 1985. Hey, that's this month, but not this year. Her body missing nearly half its blood after surviving more than 20 hours of torture by a man investigators later suspected in 24 to 30 disappearances and homicides across multiple states. Damn, he was busy. That's a lot of fucking people. That's a lot of fucking people. God forbid a guy have hobbies. Jesus Christ. Murphy had been hitchhiking when John Crutchley, a clean-cut engineer with a secret upset don't trust engineers, man, offered her a ride. According to the Orlando Sentinel, Crutchley insisted they stop at his Malabar home to pick up a notebook. I'd be like, why you need a notebook, man? When the 19-year-old refused to go inside, Crutchley choked her unconscious and dragged her into the home. Well, that's just not very hospitable, man. You know, you can't be a good host if you're choking people out before they even enter your house. That's a little rude, man. She awoke stripped naked and strapped to his kitchen counter, her arms and legs bound while a video camera recorded the ordeal. That's absolutely fucking horrifying. Crutchley raped Murphy and used medical syringes to drain nearly half of her blood, according to the LA Times, and oxygen. She escaped about 22 hours after the assault began, crawling through a window and staggering naked and handcuffed to the roadside for help. I really hope that this guy gets killed. I really hope he didn't get to, like, go to prison and live out the rest of his life in cushiness. Inside Crutchley's home, investigators found syringes, tubing, bondage gear, and jewelry, as well as a stack of credit cards, locks of hair, and ID cards belonging to several deceased women. FBI profiler Robert Ressler later said that he was very glad to have been brought onto the case, adding that after learning more about Crutchley, he thought it was probable that they had a serial killer in custody. Oxygen reported. Police in 5 states reviewed unsolved murders potentially tied to Crutchley, who was dubbed the vampire rapist after Murphy's escape. Authorities in Florida told the Tampa Bay Times that they believed he might have been involved in 24 slayings, including 3 in Brevard County, but the Brevard County Sheriff's Office closed its investigation in August 1996 without filing additional charges. When I did what I did, I was at a totally different place in my life, Crutchley later told reporters, according to the Tampa Bay Times. No, I don't think you get to drain 24 to 30 women of their blood and murder them and then just say, well, you know, I was in a different place in my life then, but see, I've turned my life around. I'm a good vampire now. I only drink animal blood. Like, I don't think you can say that. I think you lost the ability to say that 24 to 30 murders ago, actually. I was in a dark headspace. Holy shit, man. He goes on to say, I feel exceptionally bad about that. I devastated my family. I have nothing but a devastated life in Florida. You shouldn't even have a life. What the fuck do you mean? How do you be involved in 24 to 30 disappearances and homicides and just be like, my life is devastated? Like, what the fuck do you mean? You absolute psychopath. Crutchley pleaded guilty to kidnapping and sexual battery in 1986. He was released on parole in 1996.
What? What the fuck?
Dude gets to kidnap and murder 24 to 30 women and only gets 10 years for kidnapping and sexual battery. How in the fuck? How in the what the fuck? Our entire justice system has been fucked for so fucking long. I can't even. Legal system working as intended. Fucking Christ, man. But don't worry, guys. He returned to prison 2 years later for a drug conviction. Probably got more time in prison for the drugs than for murdering those women, honestly. What the fuck am I reading? On March 30th, 2002, he was found dead in his cell at Hardy Correctional Institution with a plastic bag over his head. Death investigators determined it was an accidental act of autoerotic asphyxiation, per the Deseret News and the Orlando Sentinel. Can I just point out that this guy probably had some sort of sexual fetish for imagining himself as a vampire and also getting off on the fact that he was harming and murdering women? And so everything this man did in his entire life was entirely fetish based. And instead of the righteousness of killing him for having murdered so many people, he got to go out on his own terms once again in the middle of a fetish act. My mind is fucking blown, dude. What the fuck? Laura Murphy was hospitalized and eventually recovered, but has remained out of the public eye since the attack. I could not imagine being this person. I could not imagine the mind of Laura Murphy, knowing that the guy that kidnapped her and drained her body of half her blood was paroled after 10 years in prison and then died in the middle of another fetish act. Literally, there is no such thing as justice in Western countries. This guy posted a screenshot of Happy Judge Man. I feel like this isn't really happy. This is like painful, but he's trying to imitate what he thinks humans look like when they're happy. The Honorable John J. McConnell Jr., Chair Emeritus. This is the guy that tried blocking Trump and making him tap into WIC to fund Snap. And this guy said, are we supposed to ignore the judge who blocked government funding cuts and is now trying to force SNAP payments, is involved in a non-profit that has received $180 million in government funding and deals with SNAP? And he didn't feel the need to recuse himself. Corrupt. And as you can see at the top here, it says Crossroads, Rhode Island, which is the non-profit that he is involved with. And it's like, I'm just not even shocked anymore. This level of corruption just seems like, yep, that's another day in Washington. What are we gonna do about it? Nothing? Okay. Well, all right, let's move on. Intentional explosion on Harvard Medical School campus probed by FBI. 2 people seen fleeing the building, according to the police. That's a little weird. Didn't we just have like a terror attack a couple of days ago somewhere else? What the fuck is this? So over to Harvard, the FBI is assisting in a search for multiple masked suspects after an intentional explosion inside a building on Harvard University's Longwood Medical School campus early Saturday. Harvard officials told Fox News Digital that just after 2:45 a.m., a Harvard Police University Department officer was dispatched to the Goldenson building at 220 Longwood Avenue in Boston for a fire alarm activation. When the officer arrived, 2 people fled the building, officials said. The officer tried to stop the pair before proceeding to the 4th floor where the alarm was triggered, finding an explosion had occurred. HUPD later released photos from surveillance footage of 2 people wearing masks and head coverings, seeking the public's help in identifying them. The Boston Fire Department arson unit responded and made an initial assessment that the explosion appeared to be intentional. They believe a single device to be involved. Boston Police Department conducted a sweep of the building to check for any additional devices, and none were found. No injuries were reported in the explosion. The Harvard University Police Department is actively investigating this incident in coordination with local, state, and federal law enforcement partners, a university spokesperson told Fox News Digital. FBI Boston confirmed to Fox News it is at the campus assisting HUPD, but referred any additional inquiries to university police. Anyone with information about the incident should contact their number. HUPD did not initially respond to any additional inquiries from Fox News. Why is there terror attack at fucking Harvard, man? What is this? Why are they attacking the hive of villainy that Harvard is? Like, if you're a bunch of gays, that's blue on blue. Yeah. What is this? What is this blue on blue violence? How the hell did they get away? Shouldn't there be cameras somewhere? Well, it said that there was a fire alarm going off and then an officer showed up and he tried to stop them, but then he didn't, and he just went up to where the fire alarm was pulled, and that's where he saw the explosion. Conspiracy theory, Harvard's strapped for cash and it's using goons to commit insurance fraud. Interesting theory. Interesting theory. Police released photos of 2 individuals that they're looking for in connection with intentional explosion overnight in a building at Harvard Medical School. Photos are from the police press release. And there's the Say No or Gay NYC t-shirt man. This person has a very unnerving face. It's almost like rat-like. And I don't know what he's wearing on his face, but it goes between like Croc shoe and granny panties, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of that. Let me hide my face, but have my nose hanging out. Someone thinks they're two women, but I don't know, man. This does not look like woman hand to me. Oh, but they are wearing Crocs. What kind of self-respecting man wears Crocs, you know? Nonprofit executive caught instructing illegal immigrant to vote in NYC mayoral election. La Jornada executive director Pedro Rodriguez tells undercover OMG journalist posing as an unregistered migrant to vote for the guy that starts with M, despite 501c3 regulation prohibiting political activity by tax-exempt organizations. I'm gonna be really fucking honest with you. I don't think anyone abides by that regulation. I just think that is a regulation on paper that doesn't get enforced and no one fucking cares about. I was like, I'm so shocked that what has happened for decades is continuing to happen. I'm so surprised. Rodriguez acknowledges knowing the individual is not registered before advising him how to vote, a potential violation of federal and state election laws. I'm not shocked that they don't care about election laws. They don't want us to have voter ID. In a prior encounter with James O'Keefe, Rodriguez was caught falsifying documents to provide illegal immigrants with NYC residency. You're not registered. Okay. It's 3 guys. Vote for the guy that starts with M.
Yes, I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote.
Oh, you register?
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay. Vote to, okay, but
look at this guy's smug face. Look at him.
the guy that starts with M.
This is Michael Casey, correspondent with O'Keefe Media Group, reporting from New York City. Just
I feel like
Halloween.
I could take this guy in a fight.
Scarier than all the ghosts and the goblins and this rain this Halloween is a possibility of illegal aliens voting in our elections for mayor. Just last year, James O'Keefe encountered a man in New York City who ran a church called La Jornada in Queens.
Hey, this is you.
Now, Mr. Rodriguez was allowing illegal aliens to sign false documents to help them live in this country illegally and bypass the law.
What I found most odd is that Pedro Rodriguez would keep telling me that I did not reside at an address that he personally signed the letter saying that I resided at.
I encountered this man once again 1 year later. Same name, different address, same blue shirt, same tie.
Genius. Look, my brain doesn't work well after
telling him I was new
a
to this
lot of
country.
sangria.
I just got here a couple months ago. I was not registered to vote, not a citizen, but I wanted to vote in this year's election. And what does he do? Like clockwork, he springs into action to help me.
Yes.
Well, yeah, of course, because, like, you want the illegals to vote. They're going to vote Democrat, obviously. Obviously.
I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote.
Oh.
I was given those locations. I will show you. Forgive me, I am no Espanol.
No, English is perfectly.
Thank you, sir. What's your name, sir?
I feel like he's trying to imitate an
Pedro.
Indian accent, but, like, it doesn't
Yeah.
sound real.
You register?
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay.
And he tells me to go to the local community college just around the corner to go vote in the election for mayor.
That's close, right?
Just across the street.
Across the street?
Yeah.
Thank you. And so I can go there and cast my vote for mayor?
And I told him, still posing as legal alien, who should I vote for? He gave me a wink and a nod. He told me, vote for the man whose name begins with the letter M.
No. It's 3 guys. Okay, I really can tell you vote to, okay, but the guy that starts with M.
Now, which candidate and for mayor has the letter M in the beginning
That's
of his
so
name?
ridiculous,
Is it Curtis Sliwa?
man.
No. Is it Andrew Cuomo? No. Is it Zoran Mondani? Most likely. The same candidate who's running on a platform of aiding illegal aliens and giving them assistance to bypass ICE and avoid deportation. It's no coincidence that this so-called pastor, who just last year was caught by James O'Keefe, is now telling illegal aliens not only vote in this election, but vote for the candidate for mayor who is trying to help illegal aliens. So we paid him a visit.
That buzzing noise spooked me. That is such a bad disguise, man. How do they keep getting away with it? I feel like the costumes get crazier and I gotta find this other tab, this old tab that I have from like somewhere in the beginning of October. But like their costumes get so fucking bad and they're still able to extract information. So that means one of two things. All of this is fake. None of this is real. Everyone is a paid actor. Or the intelligence level of the people that they're extracting this information from is just so astronomically low, while their ego is so astronomically high that they can't even tell it's a bad disguise. Like, those are literally the only two options.
These two had questions as well.
Yeah. I remember me.
You are a bunch of thieves and criminals and liars. You are unbelievable.
Stamping fake addresses. I'm the guy that I met with you, right? You had all these fake documents right here? Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
That's not an American flag. Why is it flying in a government official's office?
To vote for Mondani.
No.
Oh.
Said vote for
Oh, Viva Pinata. I loved that game on the PSP.
the guy with the M. That's what you said.
To vote to, okay, but you know, they got to
Chat, what flag is that? I hope it's not the Algerian flag. Please say anything but
Just
Algeria.
told him to vote
For mayor.
He's not a legal citizen.
Hello. Do I have the control where you have to go?
Yeah, but you gave advice.
No. What is the word?
Just like you told me to stamp fake
It's Bolivia? Okay.
But you just mentioned one word, right? What you said?
Yeah, what did he tell you? What did he tell
I said
you?
that I was not registered, and they said, who should I vote for mayor? And he said, vote for the mayor with the M.
This was not registered. You registered.
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay.
I said yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what you said.
I said it so.
Camera.
Yeah.
Just like the scheme with the documents from last year, remember?
Okay, you remember?
I steal
No.
I wonder how, like, James O'Keefe keeps himself from going insane. Because it feels like he exposes all these people and then nothing ever fucking happens to them. Like, I think a couple of people have gotten fired. Like, there was, like, one White House intern or some shit that ended up getting fired, and they were like, oh, he talked about things that he knew nothing about. But, like, how do you keep yourself from going insane when you expose so much corruption and illegality and then nothing gets done about it? Like, I feel like I'm losing my mind and all I talk about is bridge. Like, that's my one thing. I only got to worry about bridge and nobody listens to me, right? If I was James O'Keefe, how do you stop yourself from just becoming the Joker? Like, I don't get it, man.
I steal children. I steal children. We're investigative reporters. How am I stealing children?
What?
Yes.
I don't know. Hello, sir. First of all, you're entering here illegally.
How am I entering here illegally?
Because police are there.
Do you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay, I leave.
Okay, I leave.
Why do you tell people to vote illegally, sir? Why do you tell people to vote illegally?
Why do you
I was
have a
not registered.
Bolivian flag in
And
an
I was here a few
American
months.
government office, sir?
Oh, I remember you. You're the wife, right?
This.
Yes. You're breaking the law, ma'am. You're breaking the law. You're breaking the law.
Wait, is his wife Chinese? Hold on, wait a minute.
I just kicked
Pattern
us out.
recognition is
All this
kicking in.
more
A Chinese
on
wife in
Election
New
Day
York,
special this
and he's a
Tuesday.
government official? Hold
For
on,
more
wait a
content,
minute.
Go to O'KeefeMediaGroup.com. Make a donation if you support our work. Tax deductible, nonprofit, and Citizen Journalist Foundation. Please support
Fucking
our
Fang
work,
Fang.
And thank you. This is Michael Casey reporting from O'Keefe Media Group here in New York City. Remember to vote if you're a legal citizen.
How many legal citizens need to vote to offset the illegals who are voting? Wild body cam video. Arizona judge busted drunk and urinating in public. Cops drag away husband. She resigns in disgrace. Why do people like this get to resign? It doesn't make sense that she's not just completely forcibly removed. I mean, yeah, the resignation in and of itself is kind of surprising for current year. But also, why does she get to resign? Yavapai County Superior Court Judge pro tempore Christine Schaff Olson has resigned in disgrace after being caught urinating in public while heavily intoxicated in Prescott, Arizona. The incident unfolded in the early hours of October 4th around 1:30 a.m. when witnesses alerted police to the 42-year-old judge squatting in shrubbery with her pants down. Can't a guy have a hobby? Body camera footage obtained by Fox 10 captured the grotesque scene, with an officer confronting Schaff Olson declaring, "This is disgusting." I just like imagine a super proper guy just like staring at her at a loss for words and just be like, this is disgusting. And this is unacceptable. The judge was so inebriated she couldn't even spell her own name, leading the officer to describe her as useless. She's useless. She can't even spell her name, the officer says. This guy is like so confused. I love him. The drama escalated when her husband, Jason Olsen, the Parks and Recreation manager for the town of Chino Valley, tried to intervene. He repeatedly ignored officers' commands to back off and attempted to pull his wife away from questioning. I mean, this does sound like a Parks and Rec skit, so that kind of checks out. An officer warned him, "I'm going to fucking throw you on the ground if you resist," before hauling him into a police cruiser. I need the body cam footage from this. Holy shit. This cop sounds so fucking just confused and fed up. Jason Olsen was cited for resisting arrest, interfering with a crime scene investigation, and obstruction of government operations. Schaff Olsen was cited for urinating or defecating in public. They couldn't even tell which one.
¿Por qué no los dos?
And just 2 days after the incident, Schaff Olsen submitted her resignation to presiding judge John Napper, citing current physical, medical, and family circumstances. So we got Judge Pisser and Judge Napper. Got it. Going forward. In her statement, she said, "The Yavapai community deserves and has judges who are steadfast in their commitment to serving Yavapai County. Considering current events in my life, I believe it would be difficult to honor this commitment. I have therefore decided to resign." Presiding Judge Napper responded, "I respect and appreciate Ms. Schaff Olsen's decision to resign. On behalf of the Yavapai County Superior Court, I appreciate the time Ms. Schaff Olsen has served our community and her willingness to remain in her position while the court selects a new pro tempore." The disgraced judge's final day on the bench was October 30th. They do have the body cam footage. I almost said the body cam footage. Help.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? What are we doing? This is disgusting.
What are we doing here? Ma'am, what? You're disgusting. Like, the tone of his fucking voice. Help, I can't fucking laugh, brother. It just makes my throat squeeze. Cop has to be a fight. Yeah, he sounds like a fucking dad.
I'm waiting for an Uber.
Okay, this is unacceptable. Where's your ID?
It's my husband's.
He sounds like, "I want to be home playing Halo with the boys," but instead this woman's fucking pissing in a bush.
What? Walk that way.
I sound like duct tape. Yeah, she does not have hashtag piss retention.
Spell your last name.
Wilson.
Gotta spell it.
O-S-O-N.
Wait, she didn't hyphenate it.
O-L-S.
O-N.
O-N. Spell your first name. Spell it.
K-R-S-T-Y-N.
K-R.
I.
Okay.
S-T-Y. N.
What's your date of birth?
19.
What are you doing making a mistake? Oh, they're blurring out the other
Are you
people.
from Arizona?
I was born there in Nevada.
What's your middle name?
Marie.
Woo! Oh, I can't
Like,
woo.
you think you can run a 101 Nevada and Arizona?
The mad
Last is
pisser
Ocean,
strikes
Lincoln,
again.
Sam, Ocean, Nora. First is King, Robert, Ida, Sam, Tom, Young, Nora, Edward. Are you her husband?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Can you hang
no.
out over by the cab for me?
Nope. Come on.
Yeah, you can, because I'm conducting an investigation.
For what?
Because I just saw her puking and urinating, exposing herself to several
Nope, that
people.
wasn't her.
Okay, you can go by the cab, or you can continue.
He wasn't even here. What do you mean, no, that wasn't her? What the fuck did you mean by this?
Continue to interfere with the investigation.
Come on, baby.
Okay,
No.
last chance. Go over to the cab.
No.
Okay, well, then you're detained.
Stop.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna fucking throw you on the ground if you resist. I gave you several chances, and you don't want to listen.
Oh, my God.
Hey, baby.
515-1 resisting.
Stop.
I'm not doing anything.
Get your ass on the fucking ground, dude.
I'm not doing anything.
You're resisting
515, we're
arrest.
I'm not fighting.
Grab the cuffs.
Here, I got it.
What a little weirdo,
Great, let's take
man.
these.
That way for you. You put me up so I can breathe.
Nope, you can get in handcuffs first, then you can roll over.
That's
You have to
fine.
say the
Put me in
magic
handcuffs.
words. You have to
Let me
say.
breathe.
You have to say it.
Five 15, we're code 4, 11015.
You love this guy. He needs a promotion. Yeah.
Can you put me up so I can breathe?
He said it.
Give us a minute.
Oh, one is left.
Stay right there.
Why don't you just listen, bro?
I'm listening.
You weren't? And then you want to resist. So you can go to jail.
These cops sound just so fucking fed up. Oh, he ripped his glove.
Let's, can you guys just identify him? Can we identify him? Five 15, we ever get a return on the 101? Five 15 back, just for info. The 1015 is a separate male.
Why?
He interfered. And the female's going to be detained for now.
What's that?
So,
What's that show? Oh, it's the Digimon movie where they were like, don't interfere. No, that's what it made me think of.
not involved? Yes, that's her husband. So she has her pants completely down. I'm watching her right there. She's puking. She's peeing everywhere. A bunch of people see. I see. Flip around. She's 54A. This dude rolls up in a cab. I'm like,
I love the way that he's just describing this as exhaustedly as possible. He's like, yeah, she was puking and pissing. I saw it. Everybody saw it. Flapping away in the wind on both ends.
He's like, I'm her husband. I was like, can you go back to the cab for me, please? And he's like, no. I was like, he's like, what's going on? I explained. I just saw her urinating and throwing up everywhere. She was exposed herself to several people, including me. He's like, that's not her. And then grabs her to go walk back to the cab. So I tell him, and I said, last chance, go back to the cab because you're interfering. Okay. And he's like, no. And then I was like, okay. So I just approached him and I was like, last chance, dude. And he's like, no, fuck you. So then we go to detain him and then he starts resisting.
Wait, did he say fuck you? I don't remember the fuck you. But I have a bad, did he say fuck you, or is this cop lying? Hold on, wait a minute. It was implied. There's a difference though, right? Like, I feel like as a police officer retelling the facts of the story, you shouldn't put something in someone else's mouth. Even if the guy is giving you the fuck you body language, you would say he gave me the fuck you body language, not he said fuck you. You know? It was hard to hear. If he did, maybe he did, but I don't remember. It was a colloquial fuck you. He wasn't saying he literally said fuck you. He was giving him fuck you attitude.
I just threw him on the ground.
But no, like, strikes, fights.
No.
You gotta ask this guy anything, or do you want to just get him in your car?
No, resisting and
So many
interfering.
officers showed up so quick. I thought it was just him and the woman. Where'd the other people come from?
Okay.
I'm not playing games.
Your husband has your identification card? Do you have that with you?
Yes, I do.
Where do we already grab his wallet?
Pocket.
Okay.
May I stop?
We'll grab it from you.
Patrolling nearby, slow night. Heard it called in on the radio. They just came for the show.
Totally. At minimum of 4 times. Ask twice. Tell him. He's like, no, fuck you. I was like, you're interfering. And he's like, no, I'm not. And then grabs her to go walk back to the cab.
Well,
the cab took off.
Good news is everything's on body camera, so.
I'm so glad we have body cameras, man.
Minimum, you're getting a ticket.
1 ticket, vagina flaps out in public.
Okay. Do you understand this was like totally unnecessary? That she was just going to get a ticket? And when an officer is giving you an order, that you should comply, not interfere with an investigation? And then when an officer goes to grab and detain you?
I'm the one that vomited.
Oh, okay, regardless, I saw her with her entire under...
So wait. He's the one that vomited and he walked away and then she pissed on top of his vomit? What if she got splashback, man? What if there was splashback and some of the vomit splashed up off the ground while she was pissing on it? That's disgusting, man.
Exposed, peeing in that bush, as well as several other people. Okay.
The balloon sounds of the gloves is so satisfying.
You find hers?
Thank you, Foxu, for strengthening my stomach throughout the years.
She needs to get to where she's going to. She's in the cab.
Are they visiting?
I have no idea. She's useless. She can't even spell her name.
The fucking useless line. I love this guy.
Would she tell you her name was?
Yeah, she's right. Just 2 part last.
Beep beep. Beep beep. Beep beep. What is that beeping?
Yeah, so she's gonna go state. Arizona. Oh, okay. Copy. Press it. Oh, Chino. How are you able to get home from here?
He has my ID.
Well, we have that. So, do you have a phone?
He had my wallet.
You don't have a phone?
No, he had my credit card.
So the phone next to you is not your phone?
But yes.
Okay, so you do have a phone. So can you call?
How is she not even able to answer the most basic of questions? I don't understand, dude.
Someone to come pick you up from here. Taxi, Uber, Lyft, friend, family. Can we work on that right now? Okay, go ahead and make that call. I'm going to fill your ticket out.
Hurry up.
Where do you want to stuff it? Just throw it in the trunk.
I really like their fucking laptop setups in their cars. I think they look pretty cool.
So unnecessary.
It is, bro.
Did we identify him?
Is there gonna be like a ghetto fight right after he catches the wicked pissa?
Oh, cool. I got time.
I
appreciate it.
It got really fucking dark, really fucking fast, man. What the hell? Paperwork is happening. They need to paperwork faster. This was like the most boring part of Papers, Please. Even though the name is in the game name, so you should have expected it.
Alright, this is your citation. It's a misdemeanor for urinating or defecating in public, okay? So you're going to have to sign it, promising to appear in court in about a month, alright? Your husband's going to be transported to the Yavapai County Jail. He'll be booked in there.
Am I signing for him or is that?
This is for you. This is your citation.
Do you think that she would have used the "don't you know who I am" if she wasn't drunk out of her mind and couldn't even spell her own name? All right, let us get rid of this judge woman. I'm done with her. Get out of here, pissy poo-poo judge lady. Judge orders arrest of ex Green Beret accused of plotting to invade Venezuela after he fails to show up in court. Now, like, I know the Green Beret guys are kind of like really specialized, like highly knowledgeable people, but how can you plot to invade an entire country as like one fucking guy? A federal judge in Tampa has ordered the arrest of a former Green Beret accused of plotting to invade Venezuela in 2020 after he failed to show up to court for a hearing on whether he should be taken back into custody for violating the conditions of his pretrial release. Jordan Goudreau, 49, was arrested last year on weapons smuggling charges tied to the failed coup attempt undertaken during the first Trump administration. He was released after a few weeks in jail when filmmaker Jen Gatien pledged her $2 million Manhattan apartment where the combat veteran was living as collateral for a bond. Holy shit. What the fuck? That's insane. What was the failed coup attempt? Venezuela says 2 Americans arrested over plot to topple leader. How did I never hear about this? Venezuela's government said it had detained 2 Americans on Monday on suspicion of plotting to topple President Nicolas Maduro's government, which has accused US-backed opposition leader Juan Guaido of bankrolling the scheme. What the fuck? That's crazy. In testimony this week, Gatien detailed how the 3-time Bronze Star recipient turned abusive, alleging he threatened to harm her and others, and sent text messages saying he wouldn't go back to jail. I don't know what a Bronze Star is, so I don't know how you were in 3 of them, but now I'm really confused. Because if he turned abusive and was threatening to harm her because he didn't want to go back to jail, shouldn't he be a little bit more grateful because she put up a $2 million apartment to break him out? Like, what the fuck? You love rewatching Angry Cop's breakdown of the shit show of a coup attempt? How long is it? I believe he intends one day to leave this country, Gatien said, noting that Goudreau previously lived on a sailboat in Mexico. That is a very Green Beret thing to do. Judge Christopher Tweet issued an arrest warrant Friday after waiting 30 minutes for Goudreau to show up for the 3rd day of the bond hearing. A probation officer said the ankle monitor Goudreau was supposed to wear was still located in the Tampa area, where Goudreau was living while undergoing equine-assisted therapy, supervised by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. I'm sorry. Equine-assisted therapy? What? How do the horses help with this? What the fuck is the story? How is equine assisted therapy supposed to help him when he wanted to overthrow the government of Venezuela? What kind of a punishment is this? What is happening? How hungry? I'm at a loss, Goudreau attorney Maricel Descalo told the judge. I've not spoken to him as to why he's not here. Gatien's new documentary, Men of War, is a largely sympathetic look at Goudreau's slapdash plan to train a mercenary force of Venezuelan army deserters in neighboring Colombia to carry out a cross-border raid that aimed to spark a popular rebellion and remove President Nicolas Maduro. Bro, what is this is like a movie plot. And also, why did Gatien make a sympathetic documentary if he turned abusive and was threatening to harm her? What? The plot, exposed by the Associated Press 2 days before the incursion, never stood a chance against Maduro's far superior security forces and ended with several would-be freedom fighters killed and 2 of Goudreau's U.S. Special Forces buddies locked away in a Venezuelan prison. Since the movie's release last month, the relationship between the two has soured, and in the weeks leading up to the bond hearing, the filmmaker in court filings accused Goudreau of deceit, financial coercion, and threatening conduct. Well, see, when you're in this kind of like tightly laced relationship, I'm not really gonna believe either of the people fully, because they both have incentive to throw each other under the bus if either of them does something that the other person doesn't like, no matter how superficial it is. And that's just kind of like how humans are, unfortunately. Specifically, Gatien accused Goudreau of reneging on a promise, described by prosecutors as an undisclosed side agreement to pledge his sizable reserves of cash, gold coins, and cryptocurrency to mitigate the filmmaker's financial risk as his sole bond guarantor. I swear I'm not actually clairvoyant, chat. She also shared with the court screenshots of angry text messages, sometimes incoherent and full of profanity, in which he claims, "I'm not going back to prison," a statement prosecutors say indicates his intention to flee. I would have gotten 0 if he fled, Gatien testified. All I got was broken promises for the past year. Among those scheduled to testify at the hearing for the government was an Oklahoma couple, which was storing some of Gaudreau's belongings, including 2 assault rifles an associate recently tried to retrieve, in possible violation of a court order against possessing firearms while on bond. In a sworn affidavit, Brand and Jason Woolems explained that Gaudreau had called them last month, pressuring them to make the false accusations against Gatien to block her from backing out of the bond. The couple said in their sworn statement that Gaudreau asked them to sign statements that accused Gatien of misconduct. When we declined, he called us Judas and accused us of betrayal, yelling repeatedly in anger, they said in the statement. Bay of Piglets. The 2020 invasion, which came to be known as the Bay of Piglets, stands as a cautionary tale of the often amateurish way the Trump administration has pursued regime change in Venezuela. What the fuck does this have to do with the Trump administration? This is like some random Green Beret guy. What? They're claiming that the operation to overthrow Maduro was sanctioned officially. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy to claim that with literally 0 proof. Like, come on. I can't tell if this man is just like legitimately crazy or kind of based for wanting to overthrow a communist dictator. Those criticisms have grown stronger in recent weeks as a naval flotilla deployed by Trump has carried out multiple deadly strikes on suspected drug smuggling boats departing Venezuela, and the president authorized the CIA to carry out covert actions inside the South American country. Yeah, I don't really care if we explode drug smuggling boats. Hot take, I just don't really care, Margaret, actually. The United Nations Human Rights Chief said Friday the U.S. must stop its military strikes against boats in the region to prevent extrajudicial killing. I just don't care, Margaret. They're drug smugglers. They're drug smugglers. I don't care. Amid growing concern about a potential U.S. invasion, Gaudreau has re-emerged as a media pundit popular with Trump supporters and radical leftist critics alike. What? In recent interviews, Gaudreau has at times lashed out at an array of purported deep state actors, the CIA and State Department among them, that he blames for sabotaging his clandestine mission, which he insists was blessed with a wink from the Trump administration. Oh, so he is just literally a fucking Fruit Loop then. Many of those same actors are once again trying to derail Trump's foreign policy agenda. Meanwhile, he called Trump's allegations that Maduro is the leader of the so-called Sons cartel of drug-running military officials a fabrication of the CIA. If we do invade Venezuela, what's next? He recently told Russian state-owned RT. The truth of the matter is the Venezuelan opposition is as ruthless and tyrannical as the Venezuelan regime under Nicolas Maduro. Days after Gaudreau's failed raid, Venezuela's government detained 2 other Americans on suspicion of plotting to topple Maduro's government. And it goes on a little bit talking about the plans to oust the guy, but let's bring up Angry Cop's video. What a fucking thumbnail.
You ever get really drunk with your friends and start putting together a hodgepodge, absolutely out of your mind plan as to take over your city, your town, your village, or maybe a South American country like Venezuela?
I am the champion of pausing, by the way, but also, damn, he echoey. That face. That is a great expression.
Because a couple dudes with some Green Berets decided that the kill course and a couple deployments overseas was the right amount of expertise to fly into Venezuela, abduct Maduro, and fly him back to the United States for a $15 million finder's fee.
What could possibly go wrong?
And it did not work out as well as they had hoped. And we're going to break that down today. Silvercorp, a privately owned security company ran by Justin Gaudreau, I think that's how you say his name, was supposed to link up with 300 Venezuelan military defectors who left the military once Maduro retained his power in a questionable election and were hiding out in Colombia. Once joining the previous Venezuelan military forces in Colombia, they would then train for 45 days, and after receiving military weapons and training from ex-Special Forces and Navy SEALs members, they would then infiltrate Venezuela by means of fast boats, overtake the airport, Simon Bolivar Airport, and then continue on to Maduro, where they would extract him, removing him from his security detachment, bring him back to Simon Bolivar International Airport, requesting air assistance, and then being lifted off back into Colombia or the United States. That's how it was supposed to go. we're going to talk about how it actually went down. Jordan Goudreau, originally a Canadian citizen, not holding anything against you there, bub. The owner of Silvercorp and the brainchild of this horrible debauched coup was an E6 in the United States Army Green Beret. Now, he had multiple tours overseas, but why would you pick an E6 to run a 300-man detachment to overthrow a sitting dictator, political leader?
Well, to be fair, I don't think anybody picked him. I think he's just actually out of his goddamn mind and was like, fuck it, let's take over a small South American country. What are they gonna do? Throw coconuts at us, right? Like, I don't know.
Whatever you want to call. Don't you think you want somebody with like field grade experience, like a sergeant major, at least, if you're gonna go enlisted man, or a first sergeant? Somebody that's done some coordinating with larger groups and elements before, or at least a fucking major or lieutenant colonel, field grade officers.
No,
guys
it's
that know
fine.
how to
He's
take
got
the big
this.
map
Don't
and look
worry
it
about
around
it.
and put dots and things and tell guys to move places. No, and
No, I can put dots on things and tell guys to move. I played Civilization 5, all right? That's like dots. He's got this. Don't worry. Goudreau's on tap.
With team level experience. Red flag popping up. Red flag. Organizing a military.
That's true. There is a red flag. That's why he wanted to overthrow the government.
Q is a little different than running a security detail for Taylor Swift as she exits the Hotel Marriott in Milwaukee. I bet he fluffed the shit out of his resume like veterans do. I was a team leader. Led 6 men elements constituting $1.7 million of United States military funding and equipment.
Led a rescue operation at 1:24 a.m. in the depths of Fallujah.
And you fucking ran a team, dude. Don't church it up. Guy number 2, Juan Jose Rendon, a questionable politician whose accolades consist of leaving office due to rumors, just rumors, of him accepting bribe money from cartels. Oh, wow, great guy.
Classic.
Oh, there's more? He was also accused of manipulating Mexico's election results in 2012.
I remember us talking about this politician. I think he was in Virginia. And he accepted a bribe in the form of gold bars from Egypt. That was crazy. I was like, what are you doing, guy? Why?
This is the guy in charge of financing this entire coup. This is bad. I can already feel the amount of integrity plummeting in the beginning stages of this coup. And finally, we have Major General Alcala of the Venezuelan military, who defected after Maduro won re-election in the shady.
He's saying too many names. I can't keep track of these. He has more facial expressions than a Pixar movie. And I'm very good at showing off his talents with my freeze frames. You're welcome. He can add it to his resume.
Thing that he did. Remember how I said in the beginning that Maduro had that $15 million bounty on him if you could bring him back to the United States?
That's a lot of money.
There was a $10 million one out for the general. And that indictment that he shared with Maduro was for the traffic of 250 metric tons of cocaine.
That's a lot of cocaine, first of all. But 10 plus $15 million is $25 million to take Maduro and his general. That's kind of a lot of money. I feel like you could do a lot with $25 million. No wonder this guy decided to become the Fruity Loop who would try.
Illegally transported in the United States. Well, I don't know how you could legally transport cocaine in the United States, but...
Ask that guy who was trafficking cocaine through the Boston government halls. Didn't they catch him with like 500 random... I can't remember actually. They caught him with a fuck ton of cocaine. I was like, how much was he running through Boston fucking government houses before he got caught? 46 pounds. Thank you, chat. That's a lot of gift subs. Yeah, please don't give me 50 kilos of cocaine as gift subs. Don't do that.
They transported it there. So Stellar Guy, who by the way is now in custody in the U.S. I don't know who got the $10 million. I wonder if he did because he turned himself in. So there's your 3 in charge.
If you turn yourself in, do you get your bounty? Does it work that way? Because like that's a pretty get rich quick scheme, right? You just commit some like crazy large crime to get a bounty on your head and then turn yourself in? No. What if you're married and your wife turns you in? Because then you'd still get the money, but you'd have to plot some like James Bond tier escape. Maybe. There goes my retirement plans. Fuck, dude. Mine too.
Experienced E6 Green Beret, who seems to be a little out of his gourd. Shady politician Dirty General.
By the way.
This is gonna go off without a hitch. Phase 1 were the major players. Phase 2 is the training. Originally, 300 men were supposed to join forces with Silver Group and get trained. Well, there's an issue there because that number went from 300 to 60.
What?
And if you're not good at math, 20% of what you originally thought you were gonna get is what you got.
That's pretty
you
bad.
You wanted $100? Here's a 20. Math. In any normal military operation, during the planning phases, there are certain things that you have to meet. And if you don't meet those things, the mission's just done, it's stopped, it's wiped off. We can't.
Right, finally, thank you. If only the guy was less schizo, the drone meta is strong these days, Venezuela would be good as got. Was working hella good in Rio. Man, I'm just saying, we could have been living in the timeline where some random Green Beret trained some random farmland Colombians. He said, hey, stop fucking your donkeys for a couple of weeks while we train you to overthrow the Venezuelan government. And then they do that. And then he sits in the Venezuelan White House equivalent with 75 million tons of cocaine. And he just becomes like the new Scarface. We could have been living in that timeline. We could have had this story on our stream if only he wasn't fucking crazy.
Can't complete it, that's done. Don't you think you should have not done the mission when you got under 50% of the dudes you thought were gonna help you? And it's so much under 50%. It's 20. It's half. It's less than half of the half that you needed. But we're gonna drive through because Ex Green Beret's in charge and he's got moxie. Now 300 to 60 is a significant drop in manpower. Yeah. But hey, these guys are getting trained by Ex Green Berets and SEALs who would sneak up behind people, slit their throat, fucking shoot them and catch them in the water like the fucking Valor movie with the SEALs.
He's a ballerina.
Shot, I caught him in the water, I lowered him down. Super secret. Now the training was just as bad, if not worse, than the individuals leading this ridiculous coup. An ex-Navy SEAL who assists in a non-for-profit training individuals in combat zones regarding medical skills and how to fix one another up was there teaching these 60 dudes and said that everybody was emaciated. Often men would skip meals throughout the day. That was the norm. And the 5 bomb-sniffing dogs they had were just as emaciated as the handlers. All the equipment they were promised didn't come to them during the training phase. The ex-SEAL stated that there were men using cut-off broomstick handles in lieu of weapons for training. We got 20% of the dudes who were supposed to have.
This seems like a fucking false flag, man. Like, even if the guy was just like less than half a loaf of bread, there's no way anyone here thought that this was real, you know?
And none of the equipment we're supposed to use. Yeah, we should keep this going. This is good. We can work through this. And this brings up a different question. What group is this SEAL working for? That he's in the middle of Colombia training some Venezuelans to go do.
My brain is once again. He says, oh, yeah, he said that, what did he say? How is this man so great at expressions?
Do this. And this brings up a different question. What group is this SEAL working for?
See, him saying that, I could just see like the Kirsche sliding onto the screen in his little navy fucking jacket with the knife. Who the fuck is the SEAL working for? The Kirsche, it's so dangerous.
That he's in the middle of Colombia training some Venezuelans to go do a coup. And he's like, yeah, this is a good idea. This is what my non-for-profit should be about. At least he's training them for medical shit. Because you know that they're going to get jacked up. Foreshadowing. He knew they were about to do a coup because he went and talked to Jordan and said, hey man, look guys, no equipment. You should probably cut this off.
Jordan like a person or Jordan like the country?
Right now. And Goudreau was like, no, man. I'm a Green Beret. We've got a dirty politician and a coke dealing general. This is a great Netflix opportunity. We're going for it. Phase 1 was who's who.
That's true, but he would also get race swapped in the Netflix opportunity.
Phase 2 is training. Phase 3, execution. Let's see how this bad boy's about to go down. Now, originally they're
He
supposed to
forgot the
fast
question
boat
mark
in
stat.
on some high-speed shenanigans with night vision goggles and a whole bunch of equipment, but that got shut down because, you know, drug dealing general and dirty politician Ex Green Beret that doesn't know his ass from the hole in the ground. That stuff. Well, it went kind of bad because they were driving beat-up fisherman boats from Colombia into Venezuela to first take over the largest airport in the capital, the Simon Bolivar International Airport. I'm butchering these Spanish names. You couldn't have picked this.
To be fair, if you're crazy, you probably think it would be really easy to take over a Venezuelan airport.
Smaller airport? There's no smaller, like, little runways you gotta do. You got 60 dudes. You've only got 60 dudes. And you gotta take over the airport, hold it, right? You gotta hold it.
Not
and
like
then
that.
you
That's
go
like
get
double
Maduro
fisting a
with
dick.
his security detail all around him. So that means that dudes out of your 60 are gonna be at the airport. So you're going over there with less than 60. And they're ready. He's already had attempts
He's
on
kind
him.
of got nice
Maduro's
hands,
prepped
now that I'm
ready to
looking
go
at that
for somebody
instead
to
of
try
his
and take him
face.
out. So what, you're going over there with 40 dudes max, maybe? Do you think that's gonna be enough? Because once the shots start going, all it is one phone call and one, holy shit, we're being overrun. And beep, boop, beep, you're gonna have a whole shit ton of Venezuelan real military guys surrounding you, and you're done. You're toast. You're gone. No, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it? Is that what you thought? Dude, not only did they do it in a shitty paddle boat, but they did it in broad daylight with their passports and expired military IDs.
There is no way that this wasn't some kind of weird false flag. And also, how did he turn into a possessed Italian? He needs an exorcism with spaghetti sauce.
On them. A broad daylight beach landing with weapons. You didn't even think to do it at night where people 500 fucking meters onshore can't see you? You don't even need nods. Just dudes walking around like, pay no mind here, madam. I am going to walk this way.
This isn't real, chat. This isn't real. You were on board with the extreme stupidity until he said it was done in the daylight. It's not real. I don't believe it. There's no way that anyone would be on board with this plan. Like, you're just fucked. There's no fucking way.
To the airport. What makes it so laughable is the 2 Green Berets that used to be in 10th Special Forces Group. They didn't speak Spanish. How are you training these guys and going down there if you don't speak fucking Spanish? We gotta go 500 meters that way. There's a sniper. ¿Qué pasa? No comprende, gringo? I speak Spanish. Ah, I speak Spanish. You got caught in the water before you even got to hit the beach and start walking towards the gosh dang airport. Venezuelan military was like, hey, we knew you idiots were doing this shit. Now you might say, well, how did they know? Dope dealing general, being the genius that he is, couldn't keep his mouth shut and was telling Colombian intel analysts, hey, we're gonna do this coup. I hope you're ready for it. It's gonna happen sometime, probably in May. Being next door neighbors to one another.
This sounds like something literally planned to get caught. Like, what the fuck am I listening to?
And there's probably some pro-Maduro people in Colombia. They went over and spilled the beans to the head of intel.
You don't need to speak Spanish to shoot illegals? Yeah, you don't need to speak Spanish to shoot illegals, but you do need to speak Spanish to go to Colombia and train random Colombians to overthrow the Venezuelan government. What do you mean? What do you mean by this? Also, can you see what I see? You cannot see what I see. Holy shit, hold on a second. This guy just got like 20 emotes from this one stream of mine. He is... What the fuck?
In Venezuela, who stated, we knew everything. In fact, we, the Venezuelan government under Maduro, with this intel guy, paid for some of the meetups. That's how intertwined Maduro's intel analysts were in this entire coup. In fact, it was so bad, an Associated Press article was put out before the coup detailing what was going to happen during this coup. Look, you got a couple leaks there, but another small giveaway to this coup was Mr. Dirty Politician got
Mr.
pulled
Dirty
over,
Panties.
and in his car was like 60, 70 rifles and body armor. And the freaking Venezuelan coppers are like, hey, you're anti-Maduro and you've got all the shit in your car. We're going to take it and we're going to tell people about you. You don't have enough fingers to plug the holes of all the leaks in this shitty ship coup that you're trying to motorboat into Venezuela, guy. And the rest is history. Now Maduro's been saying that young fishermen helped catch these bad guys and then they called the police, and that's what kicked.
Is that why people are so angry about us fucking drone striking the fishermen boats? Because now they can't use the fishermen to overtake Venezuela? Is there like multiple layers of the CIA fucking with each other?
It all off because the people of Venezuela are pro-Maduro, which is a bold-faced lie and obviously some pandering in order to get people in Venezuela to think that there's some huge groundswell that still supports Maduro, when in actuality, his intel director and other people in that government stated that, no, we already had infiltrators, we already knew what was going on, we were paying for half of the meetings that they were going to, and we let it all happen and got them before their feet even touched the ground. Other people are saying that this was orchestrated or funded by the United States government. And let me tell you what, the United States government ain't throwing 60 dudes in some old fishing boats with no night vision goggles.
Okay, but what if they were doing it with the expressed purpose of getting caught? What if they were doing it in order to create subversion? All right, okay? All right, okay?
And some ill-fitting, dirty t-shirts to go take out Maduro and bring him back to the United States. You had to go by water, didn't you? Had to use those shitty little paddle boats in order to get up onto the shore of Venezuela. You couldn't just go...
Okay, but to be fair, it would be really funny if you used like the paddle swan boats to invade a country.
Through
Imagine the blow to their morale
and the jungles of Venezuela, much like the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 does to the jungle between your legs.
What?
If you need to tame the jungle of your boxer brief area, the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0.
I feel like he has similarly smooth transitions into ad shill that I do. That was pretty impressive.
No, is your doodad to do it. And Manscaped offers tons of fantastic products. Ball cleansers, moisturizers, all sorts of things to make that jungle a little less fungal. Clean up that love jungle, baby.
Ball cleanser?
Beat back those brambles and bushes and let that Valentine vine shine. After your lady sees your mowed down cabbage patch, the only thing she's gonna want to overthrow is her legs over your head. So go ahead and use code ANGRY20 to get 20% off your order at manscaped.com today.
If I had a man, I'd buy that as a gift.
How did every single one of the people that they captured and put on camera look?
Your face when you're talking about how big that woman's melons were. How did she do it? Move my head in between his hands. Oh God. He's gonna strangle me. Wait. It's like we're fighting. Okay.